Severe weather is on the way. Let's take a look and get the forecast together. On the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for day 2, which would at this point be tomorrow, Friday, they're showing this coverage for severe weather. This includes all types of weather: tornadoes, wind, and hail. As we move to Saturday at the Storm Prediction Center, you can see that it also includes both. Or rather, all three. Let's take a look at some data to understand what's going on. The 0Z NAM at College of DuPage Meteorology with their weather models can show us the 500 millibar chart. This is an upper air chart where we can look for wind and other things like that, including high and low pressure systems. As you can see here, this is Friday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. The 15 Zulu chart shows a jet stream at 500 millibars. That's absolutely insane. Normally, this is something that happens much higher up in the atmosphere. And this is especially concerning because it starts Friday morning and it does not stop the whole day or really the whole event. We're going to take a look at that. As we move through the time, this is Friday afternoon. You can see the jet pushing further north and you can see a circle forming, which indicates that a low pressure system is forming here. As we continue on into Friday evening and Saturday morning, I'm seeing something extremely concerning here, which if I go back a slice, this is Saturday at 6 Zulu, which would be midnight Mountain Standard Time. The jet stream is starting to wrap around the low, which is what's called a negatively tilted jet. We're going to see some pretty extreme weather tonight, or not tonight, but overnight, Friday into Saturday night with this event. It's going to be rough. As we continue on with this, the jet goes into Saturday morning, and it lines up with what Storm Prediction Center was saying for the threats. As we go Saturday afternoon, it continues. And if we go any further out, we can see that the threat for weather continues into Sunday, further over the East Coast. As we move to the 21Z wrap for the Cape, we're going to look for convective available potential energy on this chart. The numbers down here indicate that the blue indicates 1,000 to 2,000, while the purple indicates just around 1,000 or as low as 500. Now, this is Saturday morning. Let me scroll back to Friday morning. This is Friday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. We can see where all the Cape is at this point, and we can track it. So let's look at how it travels throughout the day. Saturday afternoon, looking pretty spicy. If we keep going, or sorry, that was Friday. This is Friday afternoon into Friday evening. When you've been staring at this many times and datas and models as much as I have tonight, you start to get the times mixed up. So I apologize for that. But as we look at this, this is 6 Zulu at Saturday. So this would be Friday evening at midnight Mountain Time. I see a jet stream overnight. And I think that if we look at lower levels, that you'll see the jet that goes pretty much all the way down, which is going to carry the tornado threat and the hail and wind threat overnight. We're going to see a nonstop weather outbreak that once it starts on Friday, it pretty much doesn't stop until it carries all the way into Sunday. This is a powerful storm system. It's going to be destructive. We're going to see tons of reports of tornadoes. There's going to be multiple reports of large tornadoes based off this. There's 2 more model slices that I want to show you so that we can understand truly what's going on. This is the wrap for tornado potential. So effectively what I'm trying to show you here is the coverage of where we think tornadoes might actually happen. This is Friday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. If we continue on here, it really starts to ramp the coverage up Friday afternoon into Friday evening. Now we're going into Saturday morning. This would be Saturday at 1 in the morning. So again, I'm concerned that there's going to be storms overnight. And then it continues on. There's going to be an organized line of thunderstorms we'll see on simulated radar, which is the last and final slice I'll show you here in a second. We're going to watch this tornado potential for Saturday. This is Saturday afternoon, and then the model cuts off shortly after that. This is the simulated radar. This is 0 Zulu for the NAM. So this is where we think the storms will actually be. I have not looked a whole lot at Colorado weather for the next 24 hours. I know that sometimes that's what you guys are looking for on here. I do know we're going to get a lot of wind, and I know that there's some fires breaking out in Colorado, so I'm at least going to shout out and say pay attention to that, especially if you're in Colorado Springs. I saw the smoke on the way home tonight. Now let's get back to the storms for the south. Friday morning, it's showing a little bit of a thunderstorm risk. You can see it right there in the south. It's not super organized. Now, as we get into Friday afternoon and Saturday night into Saturday morning, it's looking like it organizes here. This is going to be midnight right here. And then we continue on. If we go right here, this would be Saturday morning. And then we can see that even in Saturday morning, there's a risk. So I'm pretty concerned that the risk just doesn't stop overnight and in the morning. It's just going to travel, move around the country, and cause tornado risk to continue on. Now we keep looking. This is Saturday afternoon. Again, still looking at radar. And then it continues on Sunday. No matter where you are in the country, if you live anywhere in the SPC risk, which again, let me go back to that just in the video on that again. If you live anywhere in this zone tomorrow into Saturday, and then especially this on Saturday, I want you guys to pay attention, have your weather radios close, understand where you go in the case of a tornado, where your shelter is, whether you're at work, at school, etc. You guys need to understand where to go in the event of an emergency. I hope you all are safe, and I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.